Today we are canning blackberry pie filling. I got a huge bucket of these beautiful, fresh, local blackberries from a local lady who grew these in her backyard, and she picked them herself. They are stunning. They are juicy. They taste amazing. We are going to get started by washing the berries. So carefully transfer them into a container, and then we're going to add some fresh cold water with a splash of white vinegar and just a couple drops of dish soap, and just let them soak a little bit and gently agitate them. And after that, we'll rinse with fresh cold water. This process just helps get rid of any bugs or dust or anything like that. And you want to do that for a total of 12 cups of berries. And then we're going to blanch the berries. So we're going to drop the berries in a hot water bath, working in small batches so that the temperature stays as consistent as possible. And after 1 minute in boiling water, we'll strain the berries into a pot, and we'll hold the berries in this pot with a lid covered in between batches until we have finished processing all of the berries. And it's just so interesting looking at the color change, because the fresh berries are a dark jet black, and after they've been blanched they turn a little bit lighter, almost like a dark burgundy. I just thought that was interesting. And here are all of those berries blanched and held in a warm pot. We'll then measure our clear gel, about 123 grams, and our sugar, 613 grams of white sugar. You'll mix those together and then add 3.5 cups of water, and then stir that up, and we're going to heat on medium-high temperature until the mixture has just reached a boil. And I did look at previous recipes, and I feel like this new batch of clear gel that I got is much thicker, which I just thought was interesting. Maybe it's because it's a fresher batch. And once that mixture has reached a boil, you'll add the lemon juice, so a little over 4 tablespoons, and you'll stir that in and boil for 1 more minute. And after that minute, we'll go ahead and gently fold in the hot berries. And just look at this, the color is just amazing. And we're just very gently folding in those berries. Some of them get crushed, that's inevitable, but we're going to try to keep as many whole as we can. It makes it nice when you're making pies. You'll take the pinchers there and just grab 1 pint jar. And then we're going to take the wide mouth funnel and place that on the jar. And then we'll add in fruit into the pint jar until we have reached 1 inch of headspace. And it's okay if you add a little bit more or a little bit less, because you'll go ahead and just measure with the little stick here. There's the 1 inch mark. And you just do the best that you can at the beginning, and here you can see I added a little bit extra, so I just took a spoon off camera and I just took a little bit out. It is very important to have the correct headspace, but you just kind of have to eyeball it. But you can always make adjustments after. You can take a little out, add a little bit more in. The headspace is important in creating the correct seal, and it has to do with cooking and expansion and airspace and oxygen and all that fun scientific stuff. Trust the recipe. If you have a safe, tested recipe, it will tell you exactly what you need to do. You'll then add the lid and the ring and tighten until finger tight. and then you'll place the jar into the hot water bath, and you'll repeat one at a time until all the jars are full. And it is always okay if you need to use a smaller jar if you have a little bit extra. So with recipes like this, you never want to go up in jar size, but you can always go down if you need to, so that's okay. We'll then process the jars for 30 minutes at a boil. And after that, you'll carefully remove the jars one at a time and set those aside. I've been using paper towels. That's been working out pretty well for me. And look at those, that you can even see the steam coming off those jars. And you'll just let them set for 12 to 24 hours. And here are the jars that I made. They are labeled with the ingredients and the date. And you can see some of those beautiful dark berries through the glass. Thank you so much for watching.